Hello everyone, Rookie League here with the Monster Train 2 video series. In this series, we're going to be looking at an overview of each clan, so as you unlock them, you'll know some of their strengths, weaknesses, and good card picks that I've found to look out for on your runs. I want to start with the Pyreborn. That was the first clan that I used as a primary. They start you with the Banished and Pyreborn. Those are the only two clans unlocked. I chose the Pyreborn because with games like this, I like to go online and kind of learn things about the different classes or clans and to try to see what sort of play style I want to develop in the late game. And it seemed like Pyreborn was something that I could grasp a little quicker and have more success with. I think Pyreborn's easier to just jump in if this is your first experience with the Monster Train series. So here's a few things about the Pyreborn. They primarily work with Pyregel, which makes damage of anything that you do add a stack, a multiplier to it. They're really good at getting gold with their skills like Avarice, and both Lord Phoenix and Lady Gilda have abilities that help them either take advantage of gold or generate gold or resources. They deal with the eggs. Some of those can make your units more powerful, and they also let you get access to artifacts quicker. And one thing that's well known about them is that they do not have a lot of healing and a few defense options that I've found to use, but you're basically going to want to try to just get them to survive and do as much damage and build as much gold as possible. There's also a little bit of a space requirement for them. Some of their units are kind of big. As you see here, Lady Gilda as the champion, she has 4 space on that, which is pretty high for this game. So Lord Phoenix, I usually like to do either Pyromaniac or Golden Crown. As you see, I don't have 3 for Overlord, just because I find that Slay with that isn't much of a improvement, where Pyregel, just loading up the stacks on that and getting eggs and gold is just a little bit more of a utility that I see that can help with blending with the units more. Now Lady Phoenix, you unlock her at 5, and she's like, as you see in the picture, she's surrounded by gold. So she's gonna be things like that, and also work with the whelps in a similar fashion to the Hellhorn do with their imps. So she gets whelp cost -1. So lastly, I want to touch on some cards that I look out for. I don't want to make these videos too long because there's gonna be more long format. So with the units, we're gonna look at the units and a couple spells that I like to look out for. So the units, basically you can always focus on common and uncommon and your champion, because everything else, and that's why I like games like this, you can unlock, better things and heavy things, but you never know what you're gonna really get on a run. So it's good to know what the meat and potatoes of your clan is so that you can kind of get as far as you can with anything that it throws at you. So these are the whelps. The units, now see what I mean? They have a little bit higher health than other clans. There's a few that might pass them, but they're gonna be largely fight dominant, while this is pretty spell dominant of a clan still. So the Greed Dragon, I always try to grab if I have anything that can make getting eggs easier. And I'll also grab the Guildmonger. Magma Mauler is almost always a pick for me, because you add a multi-strike and put them at the bottom floor and everybody just gets hurt a little bit more. Use Hothead to clear floors with his ability. and miser and anything that makes money you can find to be really helpful with the right plan. Spells, now their spells like Firestarter, Golden Touch, Pyreball, a lot of their spells are direct damage, and things like Make It Rain, Dragon's Breath, there are a lot of apply to all units, AoE kind of, you know, or they have explosive also attached to it like this one. You get this lower down. Another one that I like to grab is Smelted Treasure with double stack. You can get 100 armor, and then you do like a spell chain and you get 2 units with 100 armor. And since they don't have much healing, this is like very useful just for 50 gold. And when you have these guys, they get to like thousands of gold easy. It's really useful. Other than that, let's see, the equipment, everybody gets the lava armor and you're gonna use it. Other than that, they're not super equipment heavy. I'll also get the Hell Furnace if it's around and I'm having trouble kind of killing some of the bosses. But other than that, your champion, stack Pyregel, get gold, try to get a clan that can either survive on their own or help with your healing or defenses. And they're really easy to scale. That's one thing. You can get high damage numbers, and the base units are super tanky and help a lot with protecting some of the spells and effects casters that you're gonna have. Anyway, so that's my overview for the Pyreborn clan. I like to stream on Wednesdays to do the daily challenges and maybe one other run live stream right here on YouTube. Be sure to check out the whole series of this video as we go through each clan. Like, subscribe, and share if anybody you know is fans of this game. And yeah, we'll see you next time.